Hello, everyone, and welcome to another trivia night. And of course, I have my little co host right here with me, Willow the House Panther. All right, she is definitely in a mood today, but then again, when is she not? As you saw in the description, this week's trivia is going to be about soccer or football to those of you who are not of American origin. I figured that since that World Cup thing is still going on, I figured maybe now would be an appropriate time to do a soccer themed trivia. The reason I'm not going with World Cup specifically is because I feel like there's more variety in doing stuff about soccer in general rather than just that one topic, you know? England lost the World Cup. Oh yeah, I think I heard about that a few days ago. It was Wednesday, I think, when I first heard about it. Yeah. Anyways, I had to do a lot of research to figure out what trivia questions to ask because I know almost nothing about soccer, or at least any topics that I think would make good trivia questions. So please be patient with me in case anything I ask may sound like complete nonsense or I accidentally mispronounce the many names that may be mentioned for this week's trivia. All right, well, without further ado, let's get started. Question number 1. Who is the all-time FIFA World Cup top goal scorer? Did I say that right? Goal scorer? All right. And Willow is, she's basically moved to the thing now. All right. Question number 1. Who is the all-time FIFA World Cup top goal scorer? 30 seconds. Starts now. Wait. Sorry, guys. I don't know why, but that became 30 minutes. Let me fix that real quick. All right, here we go. Now the 30 seconds are starting. Any guesses? Just a heads up, I am definitely going to be mispronouncing some names here. Going to botch it terribly in that case. Or I might. All right, the answer is Miroslav Klose, or Klose. I apologize. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm just going to copy and paste the names so that you all know who I'm talking about. Because my pronouncing skills can be pretty bad at times, apparently. All right. Question number 2. Which country won the first ever UEFA European Championship in 1960? 30 seconds starts now. The answer might surprise you. Or maybe not, I don't know. If you can call it that. The answer is the Soviet Union. And just to remind you all, the 1960 was back when the Soviet Union was still a thing, so it's not like I could say Belarus, Russia, Ukraine, or whatever, were even the other countries that the Soviet Union consisted of. All right. Question number 3. Who has scored the most goals in international football history? 30 seconds starts now. Maybe in the meantime, while we're doing this, we can determine how many times I can actually pronounce a name right. At least everyone knows I'm not mispronouncing on purpose. I really am trying to the best of my abilities here. Yeah, 1991 to be exact. And towards the end of the year, too. All right. The answer is Cristiano Ronaldo. I think I might have pronounced that right this time. All right. Question number 4. Which England footballer has made the most appearances for the national team? 30 seconds starts now. Don't ask me if he was in the game this year because I honestly would not know. All right, the answer is I almost thought that was a T for a moment there. Peter Shilton. All right. Question number 5. Which African nation has gone furthest at the World Cup? 30 seconds starts now. And there goes Willow off to smell things again. Any guesses? Where are you going, you weirdo? The answer is Morocco. All right, question. Just because the English is easy to say in most cases doesn't automatically mean you mastered it day one, especially with pronouns. True, there are some English words that even I mispronounce at times. All right. Question number 6. Who is the highest scorer in Africa Cup of Nations history? 30 seconds starts now. Yeah, like, you know how they spell Wednesday? Like, why spell it as if it's supposed to be pronounced like Wednesday? Like, what is up with that? I'm not the only person who's baffled by that. All right, now I'm probably gonna botch the pronunciation of the last name here. Samuel Eto'o? I'm not sure. Here's how it's spelled. I've never heard these names be pronounced out loud before, so I apologize profusely for this. All right. Question number 7. What? Yeah, imagine how much of a hassle that was for spelling tests in grade schools. All right. Question number 7. Which team has won the AFC Asian Cup most frequently? 30 seconds starts now. Any guesses? What is that fingerprint? Yeah, thank goodness I was never in one of those. I do not think I would have been able to handle those at all. Like, good grief, those spelling bees. Hey, Sasha, how you doing, buddy? All right, the answer is Japan. All right. Question number 8. Who is the only player to have won the Champions League with 3 different clubs? 30 seconds starts now. Any guesses? The answer is Clarence Seedorf. All right. Question number 9. Which is the only club to have won all 3 of the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League? 30 seconds starts now. Any guesses? The answer is Chelsea. Question number 10. With 123 bookings to his name, who was the first player with the most yellow cards in Premier League history? 30 seconds starts now. Any guesses? The answer is Gareth Barry. I don't think that applies to every spelling bee in the world. I think it's just certain ones. Like, I remember a spelling bee at my old grade school, and I do not recall it being televised. Then again, we're talking like 20 something years ago, so I might be remembering it wrong, but I don't know. I just don't recall anyone saying anything about it being televised. Question number 11. How many English managers have ever won the Premier League? 30 seconds starts now. Well, I know that's a thing for some people. As far as I know, that's only happened in cartoons. Well, the ones I'm familiar with, anyway. Like the one where Eric Carmen apparently doesn't know how to spell chair. Like, dude, that was nuts. Anyways, the answer is 0. Question number 12. Which player scored the fastest Premier League hat trick, scoring 3 times in just 2 minutes and 56 seconds? 30 seconds starts now. Any guesses? The answer is Sadio Mane or Sadio Mane. I'm not sure which way it's pronounced. All right. Question number 13. Soccer is referred to as football in the UK. 30 seconds starts now. Willow's out looking outside, probably looking for squirrels and birds. The answer is true. I feel like out of all these, this is like the one question I would have been able to answer if I was on the other end of this trivia night. Question number 14. Which two players have scored the most headed goals in Premier League history? 30 seconds starts now. It just occurred to me, isn't football spelled a little differently over in the UK? Like, don't they use like a U with a certain like character above it or something? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, I think they spell it the same way. Right. Thanks for confirming that, Callum. Wasn't entirely sure, which is why I had to ask. All right. The answer is Harry Kane and Peter Crouch. Those are probably the only names I probably pronounced right. All right. Question number 15. Not sure what kickball has to do with this. All right. Question number 15. Who are the 4 coaches who have won the most Premier League Manager of the Month awards? 30 seconds starts now. Well, I suppose they are kind of similar, I'm not going to lie. Wait, what is the difference between kickball and soccer besides the fact that one has goals and the other doesn't? All right. The answer is Sir Alex Ferguson. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Arsene Wenger, Pep Guardiola, and David Moyes. As usual, I'm going to be copying and pasting it here so everyone will know who I'm talking about. All right, question number 16. Which Scottish player has scored the most goals in the Premier League? 30 seconds starts now. You know. What are you meowing about? You want to come over here and say hi? Or are you giving your answers too? You know stuff about soccer? The closest you ever came to playing soccer was like when you started kicking around those tiny toy ball things. The answer is Duncan Ferguson. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Well, here's how it's spelled in case I might have mispronounced it, which is a possibility on my end. Question number 17. With 162 in total, which player has the most Premier League assists? 30 seconds starts now. What was that? She's just over here meowing. What? Well, I wouldn't give her a translator right now. All right. Thing did not go off properly again. Don't know why. The answer is Ryan Giggs. Oh boy. Question number 18. Which club has won the most championship playoff finals? 30 seconds starts now. What? Meow. The answer is Crystal Palace. Yeah, you can come up here. Question number 19. Which team has won on the EFL trophy the most? 30 seconds starts now. Meow. You can come up here if you want. You want to come up and say hi to everybody? Meow. Meow. All right. The answer is Bristol City. All right, question number 20. The Bantams is the nickname of which EFL club? 30 seconds starts now. You're crazy. Don't bite me. No bites. Any guesses? Meow. What? And of course, the darn thing did not go off properly again. All right. The answer is Bantam. The answer is Bradford City. All right, that's it for a trivia question. And And honestly, thank goodness too, because most of the time I'm like, am I going to pronounce this right? Am I going to say this right? Because my knowledge on the topic is ridiculously slim, not going to lie. All right. So, how is everyone today? Hey, Will, you want to come up and say hi to everybody? What are you doing under my desk? Willow's currently under my desk. I don't know why, but she likes to sometimes go under there, kind of just bite my leg sometimes. Definitely when she's having one of her moods. Come on up and say hi to everyone. Yep, that's a mad cat. She's like, don't ever carry me again. And of course, she reclaims her favorite perch. Hi, Nanometer. How are you doing, dude? Oh, but Willow, no one wants to see your bum. I can't tell if you're irritated about me doing this or if it's something else. Attacked a fan? Wait, what? Sorry, I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to, Callum. What's your problem? Why are you so angry at me? You're being a total sourpuss right now, you know that? I've been doing good. How are you, James? Yeah, sorry, I didn't know about that. I don't really keep up with that kind of news, so I would definitely have not heard about that, so sorry about that. Whoa! What's your deal? Want me to brush you? Will that chill you out? Aye! No bites! That is your problem, you lunatic. I have no idea why she started doing that, I swear. She is crazy. She is definitely has like her moments of insanity. Goodness knows where that even comes from. Somehow that feels like a rather fitting punishment. Like, I don't know, something about like making him into a referee just feels like kind of warranted, all things considered. Right? All right, looks like we're up to 5 watchers. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing today? Yeah, I mean, community service, at least it does good for everyone. Well, if done right, of course. Oh, you're very welcome, Callum. Sorry, my back's kind of itching a little. Now Willow's kind of staring at me like she's plotting against me. I swear, sometimes I feel like cats are like slowly plotting world domination. Hello, hello. Right. Sometimes I had to look over here to see if Willow's gonna like try to do a sneak attack on me because cats are like naturally good at doing sneak attacks, especially when they're ones that easily blend into shadows, like Miss Void over here. Certainly doesn't help that the hallway lights are off. Like it's not pitch black over there, like with the sunlight coming in through like this south facing window over here that's like aligned almost directly with the hall over here, you get like some sunlight to actually see like at least enough to know where everything is. Like you can see where the doors, floor, ceiling, and whatnot are. Like you won't have to worry about like tripping over anything, that's for sure. But still, it's weird just watching a cat like just sit over there and just like kind of stare you down. Well, I wonder if me doing a slow blink would calm her down because that's how cats say "I love you" in their cat language. Hello, hello, come here. Oh, she blinked back. I know you guys can't see it, but she blinked back. All right. Well, while Willow is currently possibly plotting my demise. All right. Let's see. Okay. Crazy thing that's been going on. Like some weeks ago, like I think it's already been like about a month at this point. I got like these seeds for like lavender, chamomile, and lemon balm, or Melissa, as some call it. But for some odd reason, no matter like how much water I give it, or like, of course, I'm making sure I'm not like giving too much or too little. It like nothing seems to work. Like I don't know if it's because it's like the planter's indoors or something like that. Like it's not like getting direct sunlight. It probably won't anyway because of the balcony of the person who lives above me. But for some odd reason, nothing seems to be growing at all. Like, I know it's not because I'm not giving enough water. I mean, otherwise, how else would you explain the certain brown stain that's like underneath the planter that couldn't be caused by any organism with a digestive system, by the way? I am currently like thinking about like maybe getting new seeds or something because I think it's possible that maybe the first batch I got was like were like maybe duds or something. I don't know. I'm probably like gonna think about like maybe getting another thing of seeds like just to be sure because at this point I'm not sure what else it could be. Like it certainly isn't the water situation. Otherwise, that mat would not be looking like how it does right now, and I know it's not like entirely because of like the temperature situation, because based on my understanding, seeds can apparently handle room temperature as easily as any human can. At least that's what I've heard through like numerous sources that talk about different plants and whatnot. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna like get new seeds, try those, and see how it goes from there. Thank goodness that some people like bundle their things, otherwise that's going to be a huge pain in terms of finances. Well, that's really nice, James. I hope your little brother is enjoying the game. I'm trying to remember. Is Batman Arkham Asylum, is that the one where like the game over screens are like basically the characters you've been fighting against like saying random stuff? Or am I thinking of a different game? I remember there was like this one character, this guy who was like always making pig noises, and he's talking about like making people pretty. Kind of like that doll maker person, but not quite. Shoot, what was his name? He was kind of tall, kind of chunky, like super tubby, like he could easily pass for maybe a boomer from Left 4 Dead. Oh, they all do that? I thought it was just that one. Well, someone's got the zoomies now. Arkham Knight. That's the game I was thinking. Arkham Knight. Like, I remember there was like the Joker, there was Harley Quinn, some thugs, and even at one point Alfred for some reason. Not sure what on earth happened there. Don't remember if he was in Arkham Knights. Like, I just remember like the one game. Like, if you can't tell already, I've never actually played any of the Batman games before. Never really found any, if I'm being honest. Might be somewhere on Amazon or GameStop or something. Not even sure what the address of the closest GameStop is. I think there's one somewhere near the somewhere in the shopping center closest to me, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. Burn out all of the energy. Let it all out, Miss Crazy. Yep, she definitely has the zoomies because she's like, she is tweaking out. Oh yeah, didn't you once mention in a post about how Scarecrow used to scare you, James? I could have sworn I once saw that like on your YouTube feed at one point. Right. Like I honestly couldn't remember for a second if it was like YouTube or Instagram. I know it was like one of those two, but I knew I wasn't mistaken. If I remember correctly, his design had like that hood. Like, you know how sometimes when people design hooded characters, they do like just like the hood plus like this black void thing where the face should be plus eyes, like either be like actual eyes or like these color like silhouettes of eyes or something like that. Don't know what the heck that was, but yep, I wasn't mistaken there. I'm like, wait, what was that? Was it there? Or yep. I swear, if you didn't specify that that was the Scarecrow, I wouldn't have recognized him. I would not have guessed that was the same character. Good grief, how many different character designs did the Scarecrow have? Like, I can remember like four. I remember there was like two from that one TV show, and of course the one from that game, and there was this other one from. It was another version of the Batman TV series, like definitely not the same one because the art style was like somewhat different in comparison. Like there was a slight difference in like the characters' proportions and whatnot. I don't know if I'm describing it right, but I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. Like the one where the Scarecrow was wearing what I could swear looked like a noose around his neck. That was nuts. Oh yeah, I think the jump scare would have definitely done it. I don't think there's like a single 6 year old out there who wouldn't be scared by a jump scare, autistic or otherwise, just saying. I think that would have gotten any of us at 6 years old, no matter who we are. So yeah, totally understandable there. I never really played the game, so I'm not entirely sure what you guys are talking about. But if it's as bad as you say it is, I can only guess like exactly how dumb it might have looked. I'm guessing anticlimactic or something like that. For some reason, that was the first word that came to mind. What, for real? Come on, man. At least give him a chance to fight back. What is that? Like, if he was like, I don't know, some mob boss or something, I guess that would make sense, but like that? Seriously? You know, as someone who's been like writing stories since she was 13 years old, I can tell you that there's definitely such thing as a right or wrong way to kill off a character. And that, my friends, was definitely one of the wrong ways. Like they could have done so much better than that. Somehow I imagine that pissed off a lot of people. I can only guess that the reason your version of Harley Quinn was not happy about it is because she felt that the way that went down was like not dignified in the slightest. I mean, you cannot have a character like Batman and then just like kill him off in like such a lame and easy way, you know? No, no, no. You gotta do much better than that, dude. Like, at least like have some kind of final stand of sorts, not like some lame ass assassination. Even the Hitman series has better assassinations than that. You think Agent 47 would do something that lame? Absolutely not. The only people I know of who played as Batman are George Clooney and Adam West. So unfortunately, I wouldn't know who you're referring to. I know it's not George Clooney. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. And Adam West, somehow I feel like you're not really talking about him, despite the fact that he passed long ago. Kevin Conroy. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think I might know which 90s show you're talking about. Is that like the same one where, like, what's her name? Dollface or something like that? There was that one character, that one villain. She had like that rare defect where she could not like physically age. Like, despite already being an adult in terms of physical age, she still looks like a little kid. Was it Baby Doll, Dollface, something else? I can't remember. There was that scene with the Hall of Mirrors, and she was like, and she saw like a version of herself of like how she would look if she didn't have that disorder. She was involved with some TV show where she played a little girl, and her catchphrase was, I didn't mean to. The only reason I remember that is because someone made a sort of video essay about her and why she makes such a compelling villain. And honestly, after like seeing that episode and watching that guy's video essay, it kind of makes sense why he would say that. Because the thing about villains, I don't know how many people realize that, is that sometimes they're not exactly as black and white as we make them out to be. Sometimes there's like a whole lot more to their character than it may appear on the surface. Like there's always a lot more layers to them, you know? What? No way Bruce actually did that. Good grief. Like, I know he does like interrogations in some cases, but like that, seriously? Isn't it a game show? I swear, there's like so many versions of the Batman universe that I cannot for the life of me recall every single one of them or even like say for sure that I'm familiar with all of them. There's like so many, you know? Like, not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying. I mean, as long as these reboots and whatnot are actually tasteful, then there's really no reason to complain, right? Well, that's cool. Hey, Willow, do you have a favorite Batman villain? I'm sure that if she could answer, she would probably say Catwoman. Like, would that be too obvious? Or would she just, like, have no idea what we're even talking about? She'll probably be like, who the hell is Batman? Yep, now she's just staring me down from her cat tree. Yep. I think I was gonna ask something at one point, but I can't remember what it was. Like, no, whatever. Alright, let's see what else. What else? I feel like if I just like sit here and just like say nothing, it's just gonna be super creepy and just like annoy everyone, probably. Anyways, that may or may not be the last time I do like a sports related trivia. I don't know. I mean, the only reason I was able to come up with trivia questions for this week's theme is because, well, I legit had to like look up random. I had to like Google random soccer facts just to figure out what the 20 questions for this week's trivia should be. I mean, kind of easy if I'm being honest. And maybe I will do something like that again. Like maybe next time it's going to be like an actual American football or something like that. I don't know. I'll just see if that what everyone else thinks would be a good idea in terms of trivia theme. And if for whatever reason everyone else wants to like do a different sport themed trivia, I'm all for it. Like I'm not picky about this sort of thing. I mean, why would I be? It's not hurting anyone. Even though I've only seen like one in like a long time, I feel like I might stand a better chance of like actually knowing what I'm talking about for Star Wars trivia than like this week's. At least I'll actually know what I'm talking about. Is that green light up there? Oh yeah. That's nice. Also, that guy that played the how do you pronounce it? Mandolian, the medallion something. Ah, shoot, I have no idea what I'm talking about now. I think he was in Last of Us. I think he was that dad or something in The Last of Us. I don't know. He looks kind of similar, though I think he used a different hairstyle. Yeah, I think he actually cut his hair for The Last of Us, if I remember correctly, or at least he did in like the first season or so. Best thing about Last of Us is that someone finally created a zombie virus that actually makes sense, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The one thing I find kind of infuriating about the zombie genre is that most movies and whatnot involving like a zombie virus, like they don't make a whole lot of biological sense, you know? Like if these things are supposed to be like dead, then why exactly are they like? Do they feel the need to feed on living things? Like what exactly is the point of that? Their digestive systems wouldn't even work. So what's the point of eating people? Like it makes more sense when it's like vampires because at least they're technically more human-ish, more alive and whatnot. But when it comes to these zombies, it's like I don't know. It just feels a bit like a huge contradiction in terms of like living needs, you know? Like if you're going to create a zombie virus, at least like come up with explanations to why something that's like as dead as that would possibly need to like eat living things, you know? Like what the point of that even is. I know some people are going to probably be mad at me for speaking my opinion here, but it's just kind of how I feel about it. Besides, I don't think there's anything like controversial about explaining why I think the zombie genre doesn't make complete sense. Yeah, at least I know how to avoid making brain rot. Like when I was trying to figure out what shorts to make for this channel, I'm constantly thinking to myself, what can I possibly come up with that can't possibly be labeled as brain rot? And the only thing that came to mind at the time was like blade facts, like where I post shorts that talk about different facts relating to different blades, like the guillotine and whatnot. Because if I understand correctly, brain rot doesn't have any like educational value to it. And since these blade facts shorts actually say something, have contain something that's actually like educational in a sense, they can't possibly be labeled as brain rot, right? Yep. Like I don't know if it has anything to do with like me being autistic, Virgo, or anything like that, but I cannot, for the life of me, like bring myself to create nonsense that doesn't make sense. Like I feel like I have to at least add some kind of story to everything, you know? Like, I feel like the zombie genre could be like a good genre if people would actually like come up with something that actually makes sense, you know? Otherwise, you're just creating problems that just seem to happen out of nowhere. Like, if you just like throw in some random thing that just seemed to happen for like no apparent reason, it gets baffling, you know? And kind of infuriating too. Just saying. Like, the only zombies I could think of that make even a lick of sense would be White Zombie, Dead Snow, The Lazarus Effect, and I guess Pet Cemetery kind of counts. Though, if I'm being completely honest with you, I don't know if those even count as zombies or not since they're not like the same type. I'm sorry, what about time travel plots? I admit there was a point in time where even I was considering like writing a zombie story, but the only reason I haven't yet is because I was worried that someone might accidentally interpret misinterpret it as like me trying to sell out or something. But I don't think I would be. Like, I actually have an idea as to what kind of zombie story would actually make sense. Like, it's not going to be the same old generic travel to the safe house or whatever type of situation or whatever the common plot for zombie movies is these days. So, no, I don't think I'd be selling out if I come up with a zombie story, would I? No, I don't think so. I don't think I'd be selling out to like it's not going to be generic or anything. Like I don't want to give anything away, but I know how to like come up with details that won't sound at all generic or like nonsensical in any way. Yeah, at least Resident Evil had the decency to explain its virus. Nemesis is probably like one of the few zombies out there that I can actually consider as a like more realistic type of zombie, you know? Like he's not constantly trying to eat everyone. I think he just wants to like fight everyone who's a member of Stars, and that's basically it. At least he has a goal that makes some sense. At least we know why he's doing what he does in the series. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't think it would count as selling out so long as I like come up with something that's not lame or generic in any way. Well, the good news is Willow is fast asleep in her little crow's nest on her cat tree. She must have like tuckered herself out from all that running around and acting like a complete maniac. Yep. You know what? Now I think about it, I'm probably just gonna like maybe go ahead and do like a Star Wars theme for next week because I honestly cannot think of anything else right now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Though first I should like after figuring out the thumbnail design, I should probably decide on like what questions I should even do. Fun fact: when I was in like fourth grade or something, the Clone Wars was like playing new episodes, and the whole time I was completely unaware that Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader were the same person because I never like saw any of the movies, so I didn't know. So imagine my surprise when a classmate went up to me and said, "Actually, Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are the same person." I'm like, "What?" It's a true story, dude. Like I never would have guessed. Although the "I am your father" line makes a lot more sense in retrospect. That's nice. Well, the good news is by now I'm sure you know when my trivia nights usually are, James. So, and well, at least you'll know when the next one's coming up. So you'll definitely be able to plan in advance for that. Anyways, it looks like the hour's already up. Thank you guys for attending this week's trivia, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.